Hey YouTube, it's Grace, and in this video I'm going to be answering some of the most frequently asked art questions that I get. Recently I opened up a poll on Instagram and allowed my followers to essentially ask me anything they wanted regarding the art that I've made or future projects or inspiration. I've had a few videos do really well lately, which I'm very grateful for, but I unfortunately can't respond to all of the comments that I get, so I figured that if I make a video I can sort of get that info out in the most efficient way possible. What was your first painting of, and do you still have it? Now, if you mean first painting like when I was a kid, I have no idea. But first Minecraft painting, I did a life-sized skull underwater painting, and it is in my closet, which is covered by clothes now, but I will put a picture in here because that was like over 2 years ago now, and I've definitely improved since then, but I still think it's pretty cool. How long did it take me to do my door? Now, this is a question that I get a lot. I painted it back in, I believe, November of 2020, and it took me 12 hours to do, and only one side is done. So did you watch any content creators to learn how to paint? If so, who? I'm a beginner. Unfortunately, the answer to this is no. I am completely self-taught. The last time I took an art class was in middle school, and that's just because it was required. I've been making art since I could literally pick up a pencil, so I didn't really watch that many tutorials. I sort of just looked at pictures and practiced a lot. That's pretty much how I did it. How long does it take to create the pixel paintings? Now, this one varies a lot because, like, this one back here I made over the course of like I think 3 or 4 days, but I wasn't working like constantly all day. I'd say a pretty average number would be around 12 hours-ish, but I can easily spend upwards of like 15 or 20, and especially like my bigger paintings, like my end portal or the nether portal, those ones took so long. Do you think you'll send any MCYTs any of your art pieces? Now, I've thought about this one a lot. Honestly, the answer is probably yes. I just need to find some free time to do that. I don't think I've ever said this anywhere, but I'm pretty much self-employed at this point. I mean, I'm still in college, so not financially independent, but this is my job now, like making videos, making art, doing commissions and such. So if I were to give away a painting, that would be at least 12 hours that I wouldn't be getting paid for, that I would be working. Plus, shipping is so expensive. So to answer your question, probably, just not for a little while, but I do really want to. What's your favorite painting you've done for yourself / for a commission? For myself, probably either my door or the nether portal, just because those are the two paintings that have really jump-started my platform, I guess. I really like how both of them turned out, and I see them on a regular basis, and also a lot of other people seem to like them, and I think that's really cool. As for commissions, I would have to say the second skull underwater painting commission that I did. I really like the first one that I did, but the second one is just, I don't know, something about it. I was really sad when I had to send that one away. What steps do you use for your pixel art? I do have a tutorial that I made, and if I remember to link it here or here, I don't remember what side, I'll try to link it up here somewhere. But essentially what I do is I count how many pixels across and tall my reference is, and then I just make a grid on the canvas or door or wall or whatever I'm painting, and then I just zoom in really far to my reference and match up the colors to the best of my ability. That's another question that I get often is, do I custom mix all the paints or do I buy them? I just take a few colors and then mix them all together to make like a billion different shades. So you can't really buy the exact shades I use, I guess just kind of make them. How did you even get the idea of making Minecraft jewelry? When I was a kid, I remember I used to do a lot of like shrinky-dink art type stuff. I thought it was fun. And then probably about 2 years ago now, I like remembered that they existed, and I ordered some of the paper online and started drawing on it, and then I was just like, and then I just came up with it. I don't know, that's pretty much it. What's your favorite color palette? Now, my favorite color in general is probably close to this, just like teal. I really like blues and greens and just neutral colors because I feel like they look good together. You know, maybe that's actually why I ended up liking that second underwater skull painting commission so much, was because so many pretty colors, man, so many. What keeps you motivated to keep doing art? I don't really know how to answer. I guess it's just my love for art. Like, I've done it, like I said earlier, my entire life, and so being able to share that with other people and like make some money while doing it. Like this whole content creation thing, I get to make art, I get to make videos, I get to edit photos, I get to give my art away, and really that's just like everything that I like, so it's a win-win. Favorite art supplies / brand at the moment? When I'm shopping, I normally don't go by brand. I kind of just use what's available to me because I do not live in a huge city, so there are not a lot of craft stores near me. The paint brand that I used to use, I would just get from Walmart. It was, if this will focus, there we go. Yeah, that's what I used to use, and I've recently switched to, what is this? Master's Touch. As for canvases, I also use Master's Touch for that. I find that it's not super expensive, but I really like the quality, and I have never had any issues with them so far. All right, here's the controversial one, the one that everyone wants to know the answer to. Will Microsoft or Mojang sue me for stealing their work? Now, to start off, I'm not stealing anything. If I were to be copying and pasting their designs and then selling that would be an issue. But everything that I sell is individually made, handmade. I'm not mass producing anything. Mojang actually has a list of rules that people like me need to follow if they want to sell their art, and that is listed on Mojang's website. So if you are really, really interested in learning what rules I have to follow, I can link that down below if you want to read it. But yeah, to my knowledge, I haven't broken anything yet. What inspired you to start painting Minecraft/block art? Well, I've been playing Minecraft since I was 12 years old, and I think the thing that really stuck out to me, like the first Minecraft painting I decided to make, it was like right after the first COVID lockdown, and I was really bored and I didn't have anything to do and I needed a big project. And so I was like texting my friend and I was like, I need something to do, and she just told me like, think big. And I took that very literally, and that's when I ended up making the huge painting in my closet, and then again the huge nether portal, and then everything just sort of like went up from there. But also, I didn't even start painting until about 2.5 years ago. I was a strict like drawer before that. I never painted. I really don't know what kickstarted it besides the fact that like I just felt like I needed to try something new. What is the doors grid and how did I measure the blocks perfectly? So this is actually another really common question that I get, and I do have an entire tutorial on YouTube specifically for how to paint a door. That one is on an oak door, but you can really use that same method for any of the doors. Really what you do is you measure how wide your door is and how tall your door is, which typically they'll be 30 inches by 80 inches. And Minecraft doors are 16 pixels by 32 pixels. So you take 30 inches divided by 16 pixels and 80 inches divided by 32 pixels, and then that gives you the height and width of each pixel. And then you just make a grid on your door, and same as what I do with my other things, zoom in really far and match the colors to the best of your ability. When did this passion start? Well, like I said, I've been making art for a very, very long time, but Minecraft specifically, it was over like summer 2020, kind of like around the beginning of COVID lockdown. I didn't really have a lot to do. I ended up consuming a lot of content online from the MCYT community, and just kind of my interest just so since I was just consuming so much of that content, I think I ended up wanting to like make more for myself. I guess that's kind of it. How did I do my profile picture? Now, I actually do not do digital art, so any profile picture that I've had in the past has been commissioned by another artist. I've had 3 profile pictures that I've used for a long time, which I will put on the screen. I have commissioned those from friends of mine, and I really, really love how they turned out. If you guys are interested in commissioning those artists, I'm pretty sure all of them still do commissions, so check them out because they're super cool people. How do you post art publicly? It can be very, very nerve-wracking at first. I know when I first started posting art, way before I even had TikTok, I was really nervous that it wasn't good enough, or that people weren't gonna like it, or that no one was gonna see it, but really, that doesn't matter. The big thing that matters is that you enjoy it, you're having fun, you like how it turns out, and you're drawing or painting or whatever, what inspires you. And you share that with the world, and sometimes you'll just get a whole bunch of people that also have the same passions, and then it is very cool. Or if you're talking about like promoting art, a lot of it has to do with consistency and posting on lots of different platforms, figuring out what your audience is, what time that they're like online and such. But a big thing with that is just luck. Sometimes you'll have a video that will blow up. Say you only spend 10 seconds making it and it gets like 10 million views. And other times you'll have a video that you spend like 20 hours making and it'll only get 500 views or even less. A lot of that is really frustrating, but you kind of just have to not let it get to you and know that you're still a valuable person and a valuable artist, no matter if the algorithm deems you worthy or not. And the last question I have for this video is, how do you start a painting when you don't know where to begin? Art block, that's a real thing and can be very frustrating and difficult for a lot of people to move past. In the context of what I do, which is pixel art, I don't know where to start. Say I have a huge grid. Oftentimes what I'll do is look on the painting or the picture or whatever and find an area with bigger chunks of the same color. Like if I want to use this skull painting, for example, you'll see a lot of blues, so I start blocking out the blues. You'll see a lot of greens, so I start blocking out the greens. And if you've seen any of my other painting videos, you'll know that I do this with pretty much all of them. I'll start by just blocking out the kind of rough idea of the painting and then slowly add more layers, more details, more shades, and eventually it comes together and it looks really cool. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you to everyone who asked a question. I really enjoyed seeing what you guys had to say and answering to the best of my ability. I hope that this was like somewhat informational. Also, if you guys want to see the other art that I make, I have TikTok, Instagram, all that. I'll have links down below if you guys want to check me out on there, because I definitely post a lot of art stuff there as well. So thank you for watching, and I will hopefully see you in my next one. Bye!